Okay, boys and girls out there in Torah land, the question for this week is the question that all America has discussed this week. What did Donald Trump's stepping down the ramp on West Point tell us about him? To some, the picture of him walking down that ramp showed a picture of a old, delicate, fragile man. To others, it showed the picture of a dignified, mature adult, cautiously walking as he should. Which is it? The answer is it depends. It depends on these tzitzit, this four-cornered garment, which we find in the conclusion of this week's Torah portion, where we are told, "And the Lord said to Moshe as follows, Speak to the Israelite people and instruct them to make for themselves fringes on the corners of their garment throughout the ages." We have to have fringes on our garments. In ancient time, all of the garments were four-cornered, so that's the way we had the tzitzit. After a while, when not all garments were four-cornered, sages said, then let's wear a specific garment that has four corners so that every day we'll be able to fulfill the mitzvah of wearing the tzitzit. What's the purpose of that? You shall look at it and recall all the commandments of the Lord and observe them. By looking at them, we will remember all of the commandments of the Lord. How do you remember all the commandments of the Lord by looking at them? Oh, that's simple and obvious. The word tzitzit equals 600, and each one of the four corners has 8 strings and 5 knots, is 613. You look at this, you remember all the 613 commandments of the Torah. In fact, in the Talmud, there's a story of a man who went to visit a prostitute. He got undressed, took off his tzitzis, got into bed with her, and his tzitzis smacked him. What does it mean it smacked him? It stared him in the eye and said, how can you be doing this? You're a person who believes in God and his Torah. And we're told that when this happened, he repented, and the prostitute repented, and some even say all of the prostitutes in the red light district of Amsterdam repented as well. But that's the power of looking at them. You shall see them. Because it says you shall see them, some have the tradition of wearing them out. Others feel that's not necessary. Because it says you shall see them, our sages interpret that to mean seeing is only during the day. And so this is a positive commandment that has a set time, which is why women are not obligated to wear tzitzit. They can, but they're not obligated. But then the Torah goes on to say that in looking at them, so that you do not follow your heart and eyes in your lustful urge. You do not follow your heart and your eyes in your lustful urge. And the question is, it should really say you shall not follow your eyes and your heart, not the reverse. First you see something, and then it influences how you feel. Why does it say you shall not follow your heart or your eyes? Because oftentimes our heart tells us what to see. You look at Donald Trump. You see the way he walks. If you like him, it makes sense to walk the way he did down that ramp. If you don't like him, he looks like a crotchety old man. You look at the news every night on television. Some see protesters. Some only see looters, their eyes follow their heart when it should be the reverse. We should think about that. Daniel Patrick Moynihan was famous for having said, "You're entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts." The facts should stare us in the face, and that should affect how our heart feels, not the reverse. Shabbat Shalom.